in form of pellets. In the year 2004, she decided to start her own venture in terms of manufacturing semi-finished formulations under the name of Murli Krishna Pharma Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Dr. Satya Vadlamani as she is set to address us on healthcare reforms in India, priorities, challenges and future roadmap. But before she speaks, I think we have an important announcement to make. We all know malnutrition due to deficiency of vitamins and minerals is known as hidden hunger. About 1/3 of Satya Brahma ji, like Dr. Satya Brahma, there's another Dr. Satya Brahma. Let's have both the Dr. Satyas on stage as they formally launch this at this platform.
So as I told in my opening address, this is the platform for bringing out innovation stories. These are the innovations which will make difference in our reform process. And one such innovation is coming from Dr. Satya Vadlamani. Often she is being called as the wonder pharma entrepreneur. She has come out with a product which could actually game change the entire healthcare industry. This product is about meant for the underprivileged children of India who are not getting it. It's related to anemia, and we are formally launching this product. In the meantime, can we have the bottles? Yeah, you, Gauri, if you could bring. So, Dr. Satya, I am a mainstream journalist. I do not know much about technical side of it. Okay, let us launch, then after that you will tell. It's already branded. Okay, good.
Hello everybody. This is a micronutrient fortified transdermal oil. It is basically, it contains liposomes of iron, folic acid, B12 and D3. This is the first of its kind in the world, and the reason why it has been made in a transdermal route has been that oral iron has an absorption of less than 18%, between 15 to 18%. This has an absorption of 50 to 60%. In fact, more than 60% also, but as of now the claim is up to 60%. This particular oil has been made for babies. We have also made a lotion which is aimed at the pregnant women and adult population, that is, and for them the dosage is higher. So this is the product. And yes, we are launching it for the first time at Dr. Satya Brahma's Pharma Leaders Conference. Yeah, I'll talk more about it. I'm very passionate about this product, so definitely you'll hear more about it from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's my belief. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, Leslie, a great thanks to you for a wonderful introduction. So I've known Leslie even from the last time, so apparently now she's learning to talk about me for longer periods of time. Good afternoon everybody and namaskar. I start with namaskar because I come from India, so basically it's an Indian product, it's an Indian company, it's a make in India idea which is exported to the world across, but for the last 2 years we are moving inwards. So welcome to Murli Krishna Pharma, and thanks a lot to Dr. Satya Brahma for actually inviting me on this prestigious podium to talk about our products and talk about the healthcare reforms. So once again, a namaskar to all of you. So I will start off with the healthcare reforms, what we are talking about in India, the priorities, the challenges and the future roadmap. This time Dr. Satya Brahma was very clear, don't talk about yourself, talk about the healthcare reforms and not about yourself. That's why he had Leslie talk about me instead. So let's go through this and let's see where we go. Okay. As you can all see, speed, scale and spectrum of transforming India under the wonderful leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. And if you actually ask me, We did have reforms even ever since our independence in healthcare sector, but they are very much localized and restricted to certain villages, certain towns, and to certain category of people. But 2014 saw the onset of Ayushman Bharat, the PM Jan Arogya Yojana for universal healthcare. This is the biggest project in the world today. It's a health insurance cover of up to rupees 5 lakhs per family per year. It covers secondary and tertiary care hospitalization, provides free treatment in any public or over 16,000 M-panel hospitals across the country. And over 1 crore beneficiary e-cards have been generated, and over 10 lakh beneficiaries have already received free treatment worth rupees 1300 crores. So a big round of applause for Ayushman Bharat. Children, this I will come to in a more detailed manner also later. Immunization takes place of children. In fact, today, children born at public government hospitals, this is something which is to be really understood. More than 1 crore kits, which are called immediate kits, which are provided to the babies born in the public hospitals to Government of India. This scheme is something which is wonderful. In this kit, the children are given medications and food and certain supplements, and mother is being taken care of. This is the first gift that the baby receives in the government hospital. Poshan Abhiyan to ensure proper nutrition. Again, there have been a lot of malnutrition based programs which are running throughout the country, where folic acid and iron supplements are given to babies. B12 is being identified, D3 is being identified, and there is a target to reduce malnutrition through convergence. They are trying to use targeted and 17, 18 and 18, 19. Over 10 crore people have benefited from this. I'm just going through certain basic things. Now here I talk about something which is very interesting. 1,084 essential medicines brought under price control regime, giving consumer a total benefit of more than 15,000 crores. Now what is this all about? We have actually medicines which are available today through the marketplace, where there's an MRP on the medication and you do get medicines at a regulated price. But then there are these Jan Aushadhi pharmacies where you get the generic medicine at a price which is nearly around 1/10th or 1/20th of the price what you are buying it in the normal hospital. And these pharmacies are spread all across the country. In fact, Jan Aushadhi, if I am not wrong, there are around 48,000 pharmacies only in north of India. And as I mentioned to Dr. Satyabrahma before I came on this podium also, if we are going to look at it, Jan Aushadhi only in north of India, imagine you give one product there even as a trial of 50 bottles or 50 strips. Look at the kind of volumes you are talking of when you talk about even offering 50-50 per pharmacy in any of these places. Affordable medicines with PM Bharti Jan Aushadhi Kendras, more than 4,900 stores, resulting in savings of over 50 to 90%. Amrit pharmacies provide drugs for cancer and cardiovascular diseases at a discount of 60 to 90%. Over 1.04 crore patients have benefited as on 30th November 2018. Price of cardiac stents. Now cardiac stents again is a very, very expensive business. This has been reduced by 85%, resulting in an annual saving of rupees 46,000 crores. Price of knee implants reduced by 69%, resulted in annual savings of 1,500 crores. Now, what do all these statistics tell all of us? I can run through some people in the country. It is not like earlier where the poor had no option but to go to some government municipal hospital, and if they survived or managed to get what they wanted, they would survive and come out. Otherwise, you would see dead bodies around the place. Today, it is changing. And thanks to the power of social media, thanks to the power of word of mouth, and I would say again social media, everybody is aware of what they can get. And I actually see a lot of people getting benefit from all these schemes that have come out. They provide Pradhan Mantri National Dialysis Program. Again, dialysis is a very big thing. Anybody suffering from kidney damages requires dialysis practically on a weekly basis. And it's a very, very expensive procedure. Under the Pradhan Mantri National Dialysis Program, Free dialysis services are provided to poor and subsidized services to all the patients. About 2.5 lakh patients have availed the service. 647 dialysis units and 3953 dialysis machines made operational. Nearly 35 lakh dialysis sessions held so far. Today we have crossed 100 crore vaccines. I think once again a big applause for the Indian government for managing to give this across. 100 crore vaccines spread over a period, within a span of what, 2020 March till 2021 December. It's hardly 1.5 years, and we have done a remarkable service in this. And from what I know also, the booster shots are going to start across India by 10th of January, and I understand young children also are going to be vaccinated now from 10 to 18. So we are actually going to be the biggest vaccine center in the world. Eliminating diseases, India has validated elimination of maternal neonatal tetanus by May 2015 before global target of December 2015. Action plans to measles by 2020, tuberculosis by 2025. Tuberculosis is again a very big plan going on by the government of India where they are trying to eliminate it completely. Mission Indradhanush. This is for the pregnant women and 3.38 for immunization of pregnant women and children vaccinated. Standardization of allied healthcare professionals, setting up of Allied and Healthcare Council of India. Basically, these are all the statistics as you can see, and the statistics are very, and because we are performing, I'm very confident we will not just survive, we will become what we are talking of in the near future, and a very short near future too. Now here I come to Murali Krishna Pharma. I think as Leslie has mentioned, yes, we are a small company that started off in 2004 and the plant was commissioned in 2005. As a plant, we started off in manufacture of pre-finished formulation intermediates, which still continues to be our major sales and major bread butter kind of source. The beauty about our plant has been that it was built on a couple of interesting fundamentals. Number one, complied with the regulatory requirements worldwide. So we are a European Union approved facility, we are a GCC approved facility, we are approved by the Jordanian FDA. Yes, US FDA is not yet in place, but that too will come to very shortly. So as we started with pre-finished formulation intermediates, the other point which we took into account was that we would not copy any patents. We would create our own development, we would do our own work. And in fact, in this, I've been very lucky that we have had some very good people like my own business partner, Dr. Vijay Shastri, who's responsible for all these developments. Unfortunately, he could not reach on time because some friend of his had passed away and he had to urgently go to that place. Strong R&D team, which really works, and it works on the hypothesis that pharma is not just business. Pharma is also meant to reduce pain. It's also meant to be cost effective. If it just reduces pain and is not cost effective, it's not worth it. So our R&D is also worked out in the same process so that we are able to provide better care and better medication to people. Now I'll talk about my favorite topic, that's Anemia Mukt Bharat Mission. Government of India actually created 6 interventions which included year-round behavioral change, communication campaign, routine testing and treatment, IFA for iron, folic acid fortified foods in government programs, awareness screening, treating non-nutritional causes. Now, the beneficiaries in this 6x6x6 strategy included children below 5, adolescent boys and girls aged 15-19 years, pregnant and lactating health immunization. The most important intervention is the cost-effective delivery of IFA supplementation across states. Now, I have something to state when I'll go further in this. 50 out of 100 pregnant women found are anemic. That means 1 in every 2 persons is an anemic woman. This is not just in India, this is practically all over, like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Middle East, Far East. And today even the West is facing anemia. The reason behind it is the fast food system. Earlier the villagers were not anemic. Today even the villagers in India are anemic because of, thanks to the French fries and the potato chips in place of bhakris which they used to eat. 50% of deaths certified by Department of Scientific, that is DSIR, 20% of maternal deaths are in India are directly linked to anemia. Now you have various systems of providing which is there as syrups, which is there as tablets, which could be given as a capsule. Unfortunately, if you give us a 100 milligram capsule to a patient, hardly 15 to 16 or max 17 mg of iron is absorbed by the person. So the amount of excipients that go in are not good, and they don't help because there's a gastric irritation that occurs. Now, you cannot really give oral iron to a pregnant woman because it can lead to either a kind of a gastric irritation that could give either constipation or diarrhea as an impact, and it is not good for them. And even small babies, the iron is not easily absorbed. There are free radicals in iron which cause a lot of irritation within the system. So what do you do then? The next option, if the person is severely anemic, you take them under what is called as the IM route, the intramuscular route or the IV route by which you offer the iron to the patients. That, of course, gives you an immediate response or an immediate result. But how often will a person go and prick themselves up for the sake of getting that iron in? Iron is a hidden hunger in the human body. Micronutrients are a hidden hunger in the human body. Now, we actually started working on this around 2018. The work started on this project in 2018. We were offered this project through Government of India and Canadian government, where hidden hunger was something which was found by the WHO that this exists and this needs to be treated. So treat include injections. So that was when the idea came in at Murli Krishna. As you can see, oral fortification does not work because challenges of taste, stability, poor absorption and gastrointestinal disturbances, micronutrient deficiencies result out of poor supplementation delivery and can cause neurodevelopmental and other serious medical conditions. Now what we have done is the nanofortified transdermal oil increased vitamin D levels in children compared to placebo and also decelerated the ratio of infants tending towards anemia by increasing their hemoglobin levels. What does this mean? That meant that the product that we had developed actually had a prophylactic use. It is not a treatment for anemia, it prevents anemia, and that was the main thing where we came in from. This allows, using, as we mentioned, what we did was we created nanoparticles of iron, folic acid, D3 and B12. Then we liposomally encapsulated these nanoparticles. The nanoparticles were blended into cold pressed oil, the ghani tel, jise aap kehte ho. It was blended in cold pressed oil, and an academic trial was performed on 444 babies, 0 to 6 months, 6 months to 12 months, to check the efficacy of iron and D3 primarily. But yes, as a combination we wanted, because iron requires folic acid and B12 is also required. That's how the combination of B12, D3, iron and folic acid took on. What we found during this period was that the babies did not develop anemia. Even those who were tending to be low on the hemoglobin, actually the hemoglobin level started shooting up. And the D3 increased substantially in the baby. We actually found healthy babies at the end. There were no dropouts in the study. There were no problems. And main thing, iron causes allergy. This product, there was no allergy on any of the babies. Not even one baby had any allergy-based problems. So we have a product. Now we have this product, and our idea is to offer this product pan-India through the Jan Aushadhis, through the Government of India program for Anemia Mukt Bharat. We hope that through this product we will be able to achieve what we are looking at. The application of the transdermal oil and the route in which it takes is, basically it's a kind of, it's a pictographical representation of how it actually works, as you can see. This is the oral continuous recycling of iron from the senescent erythrocytes by splenic macrophages, which supplies 20 to 25 mg per day of iron needed for bone marrow hematopoiesis. Both iron deficiency and iron overload are detrimental and have to be avoided. Through the transdermal drug delivery of iron, potential pathways of iron transport from the skin. K represents the rate process constant. Iron delivered intradermally binds to the available binding sites of the transferrin molecules in the skin. The main reason behind all this was to deliver drugs into the systemic circulation into the skin through the skin at a predetermined rate with minimal inter and intra-patient variation. All that sounds very, very heavy, I guess. But basically the simple part is the product needs to be applied on a measured dose basis once in a day on the soft part of the human body. If it's a baby, normally we target the navel or the feet of the baby also, which are very soft, or the palms. Generally, we prefer the feet or the navel. And if it's an adult whom we are targeting through the lotion, then we look at the soft part, which could be again the back side of the wrist, anywhere where your veins are more closely visible, where the dermis layer is 20 ml, actually works for around 35 to 40 days for you. So you are getting 1.5 milligrams of iron into the baby on a daily basis, and the baby will not develop anemia. And when we talk about the lotion for the adults, the pregnant women who apply it will not develop anemia and thereby will not give birth to anemic babies. So this, the entire R&D behind it, the entire process behind it was long drawn, involved a lot of thinking, lot of working on it. But yes, the product is developed, the product is ready. Unfortunately, though, today I wanted to distribute more bottles, we were not able to get it in, the reason being that I'm still awaiting my FDA manufacturing license. I have a test license as of now. We got the necessary licenses from CDSCO to manufacture the product. So, just approach where and are eventually blended in cold pressed oil or lotion to create a patient friendly delivery platform. The liposomes will be manufactured at MKPPL, and the final blending will be done at a government empaneled site for distribution to Jan Aushadhi Kendras. Jan Aushadhi again has 17 or 18 empaneled sites, only at which they take the formulations from those places. So we are in fact working with 2 of them for making our product available through the Jan Aushadhis. Government empaneled manufacturing, then recipient of global accreditations, which I mentioned, like EU GMP, JFDA, WHO, and also the GCC approval that we have today. R&D is recognized by Department of Scientific and Industrial Research of India, that is DSIR. We use all equipment which is 21 CFR Part 11 compliant, and everything is traceable. Every record, every data is traceable, and traceability is the biggest story today in terms of innovation. 2004 established, GMP certified RMB, 114 crores financial turnover. We are targeting by 2025 to become a 500 crore company. I'm hoping it happens. We have more than 40 molecules in PFIs and 6 niche categories in finished dosage forms. In fact, the presentation on the product, a very stable pharmaceutical formulation, we have kept it at room temperature with no changes in color, viscosity, particle distribution, phase separation or nutrient leaching, which is very difficult. As any R&D person in this place would understand, that it's not easy to maintain within oil the liposomes without leaching of the product. And we are not looking at partnering for a profit basis. We are looking at a PPP kind of a system, but we are trying to work with Jan Aushadhis and with government-based organizations where we want the product to reach out to the masses. In fact, this product has also been approved by European Union Council for a particular grant of theirs for manufacture and supply into the African countries. But before that, I would like to launch the product in India. These are some of our clients: Mylan, Stada, Pfizer, Sanofi, Sandoz, Merck. PPP mode for nationwide marketing. Partner with national organizations, easy access through Jan Aushadhi Kendras. Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana. The world sees a new India. India becomes a global growth engine. Okay, so now I'll just run the video. I hope there's time for it, Dr. Satya. Oh, just a minute. My name is Satya Vadlamani. I am the chairperson and managing director of Murali Krishna Pharma Private Limited. It's a company which specializes in novel drug delivery systems. We make beads which enter into capsules, tablets, suspensions or injections. अभी और कितना घंटे का process है? First of all, setting up a pharma company itself is a very big challenge. Woman or not woman is secondary, because you're talking to a person who came from a background of having only job as a source of income, and again parents who were earning people and not people who had any background business money lying with them. Then you go to a bank, the bank says, what is your experience? Why should we give you a loan? What do you have with you? Nothing. What do I have? I have a tumble down house which I put for mortgage and I have nothing else.
आपका 6th FPC में आपका क्या क्या चलने वाला है?
That's when one of our friends helped me out, went through with it, and after we completed 3/4 of the plant construction, a new bombshell falls on us that we are not being given approval by the factories inspector. That was my first taste of the bureaucracy of India, and that's where probably I pulled my first gamble also, and I succeeded in it, got my clearance from them, and we completed commissioning the plant in April 2005.
Granules can be made in this machine.
We went quite well. Actually, I would say 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, Murali Krishna was growing at a steady phase of 50, 60, 70% per year. 2008-9, when the first debacle occurred all over the world, the recession that took place in states, unfortunately hit Murali Krishna, though we didn't realize it at that point of time. After that, it's been good. Today, it employs 120 people, so the growth has come a long way. My husband supported me in my job, what I did. He had no objections, no problems with what I did. But I would give full credit to all my support to my parents, who have stood by me. As I said, my father probably was a rock solid pillar to me. He is the person who wanted to see me come up in my career, and I have come up probably because of his insistence. Otherwise, I was not a very ambitious person. I probably got ambitious only after I decided to do something. Whatever decision you take in your life, you lose something out of it. You gain something out of it. I probably gained a career. My children were being brought up by my parents, so I never got to really spend time or see them or anything like that. I lost my children for a while. Again, I got my kids back. So it's a process. It's up to you to decide. Do you want to do something, create some self-respect for yourself as a human being? Or do you want to remain in the shadow of a person whom you marry as your father's daughter, your husband's wife, or your father-in-law's daughter-in-law, or your son's mother? Or do you want to be known for you, yourself, the person that you are?
Thank you very much for the patient hearing. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Satya, you have to wait there.
Yes, yes,
because,
yes.
Dr. Satya will be coming to present a memento of respect to you.
Started from the scratch, and this is where she is actually. Can you have a round of applause for her actually? In fact, I can see the managing director of Clones Biotech, Mr. Narsimha Rao, he always speaks about Dr. Satya Vadlavani, and he has come to meet you in person as well actually. Can you have the, please? This for you, this precious. Thank you. Yes, yes. It's okay, this I'll carry like this, don't worry. Thank you very much. Yes, very good, yeah. I think our next speaker who is going to speak will make you speechless. The kind of presentation he is going to make. He's a global icon. I think the entire Bollywood and few of the Hollywood stars also are queuing up for the beautification of the body. I'm not going to speak more about that. I think Leslie will do the rest actually. Over to you.
Yes, you just touched the chord, Dr. Brahma, and now you will know why he was referring to celebrities being obsessed with our next speaker, because he's a celebrity facial plastic surgeon. And any guesses? Can anybody say who I'm referring to? And he's right here in the room.